Okay. Hello, people. Welcome back to another server. What if the wars happened and that's ever after that? So, from the last video, we did a bit with the P3s. Here, Extra Pro Base was split into the new nation. Here, we had a war with a new island nation in the Antonio Islands. And also Mathas was the big island was split between Mathas and WLP. And we had a big war between Expert and Bocas in which Expert won. And also here with the WLP war, Bocas got less land that was promised by the Holy Empire. And now more and more troops are here waiting for a war. So in today's video we are not gonna see the war, at least most of it. We are gonna see some internal problems happening within the Holy Empire and the WLP bases. So let's start off with a light. Also, we saw that troops here with Extra Pro and the new base are here waiting for maybe a newer rising. The horizon, no one knows. But what we do know is that troops here are mostly a World War One dead server with a interwar period dead server with also some World Center equipment, mostly made of aircraft, which are WLP's Republic warriors, mostly. So, let's start the war. The war actually starts with a simple, just 2 artillery barrels are firing in the Extra Pro base, showing some troops away, and the war starts. Now some troops and aircraft actually are able to get some land from Pro, while most Extra Pro troops are not ready for that war. Now these troops actually meet and they form okay, so after I cut here, now I have a problem. They have a problem because Extra Pro with some troops is able to go just a bit in their land conquering it. Now, that's okay. Here Extra Pro doesn't have the same luck, but still captures some land. Now they have another problem. Out of nowhere, obviously, always out of nowhere, WLP comes and also declares war while getting some land. The whole empire just has some troops along the border here, but they're not doing anything, they're just contesting. So WLP, seeing that the whole empire is not doing anything, go and get more land, and now the whole empire just doesn't care anymore about them. They think that, oh, the war is over, just do your thing, and I'm doing my own thing. So these new troops actually broke the front lines, and they are going in, gathering more troops more easily. So that's not good for them. And also from the back, they're agreeing with ULP, just a good peace treaty. So after all the fight, here's the capital of Extra Pro based new one. They're able to quickly capture half of it, while the rest just captured by WLP forces. So now let's just take a look at this little peace tree happening. Okay, so after the peace tree will be annexed this land and the now dark blue base, and is annexed most of the lands to Extra Pro, close to the ocean. So now we have something new happening. This little island, the white one, wants to be a part of WLP. Well, the Holy Empire doesn't want that. So now, WLP troops are on the border waiting to go and grab the island. However, as we said from the previous video, Holy Empire troops are also close to WLP, knowing that a war with Boykas might be going on. So, Holy Empire with Boykas distanced themselves from allies. The Holy Empire wanted to be an entity on its own and actually change some rights in the lands. So, not a small war happens. Actually, a proxy war happens between the Holy Empire and the Boykas space to the White Country. Well, Boykas starts an invasion on the White Country, here close to the Holy Empire lands to block it. However, the Holy Empire managed to get some troops on the island and have a front line. Now, why the Holy Empire is not just attacking Boykas only? Well, the Holy Empire doesn't want to be in a major war, knowing that another war can change the balance of power, and no one wants that. So now, there are three nations which are in a Cold War status: the Holy Empire, the WLP base, and Boyka. These three nations are in a war status, in a Cold War. And they just want to grab land for their own. Well, the Holy Empire now completely reinforces them, and Boykas is out of the island. And also, the Holy Empire with Adoni have a treaty where some parts of the island go under the island nation. So, well, actually, the whole island goes under the nation, just so this island can be a good ally. Now, what's happening? In the Holy Empire, new borders are established. Mostly, not much board. Some borders are established between the new XP part, which is now controlled by Oala, the Otinane part, which goes the French parts, which is controlled by Frenzy, the Chrysvalidios part, and the Chrysvalidios whole typical part, which is controlled by Chrysvalidios and whole typical, and the Mario Martis part, where the whole empire appoints a government like Mario Martis. So we see now that the Holy Empire becomes more of a nation with smaller other republics in it. And WLP also starts to cut off, mostly just forming from the old WLP nation, forming the KLP Republic, which is part of the new WLP base, and the SIP partner Republic, which is also part of the WLP base. Now these parts unite together not as the WLP, but as a Republic Union on its own. But we're gonna call it WLP. So it's the KLP part, the WLP part, and the SIP partner part. And also, down here, also a new part cuts out, which is the APO part. So just now we have A for APO, W for WLP, K for KLP, and S for SIP partner. No, don't need this. I'll just remind you. So there's no problem asking, I'll just remind you when it's time for a war. So now I have a little problem. There is a part in the Holy Empire when a base actually, no base, a nation that wants to be independent, and a big revolution happens at the Mariomatis part down there, where down here actually, which a very big chunk wants to be independent as a whole nation. No, does the Holy Empire want to engage? No, but they think that will be has something to do with it. Which they might have, I don't know. I don't think that they have something. However, be they might want to fund this revolution. However, the Holy Empire lets them win. However, before they win, the Holy Empire grabs all the resources possible in the area. And now the new Vangelis base is formed. Not Empok, two different bases. Mostly an entity. It's actually an entity between Vangeli and Empuk. Vangeli is like a Empuk base that just wants to be more powerful. However, this base, not a very neutral base, this base wants to conquer lands. Which lands, you might say? Well, I'm gonna say them. This base mostly wants to conquer these lands and parts of the whole typical era from an empire on its own. Labeled, I know. Now it cannot defeat the whole empire on its own, it's very difficult. However, the new leader believes that the whole empire is not bad actually, it's a good guy. And help them actually gain more independence. So this base becomes independent slash puppet. It's something between a puppet and an independent base. Like, it's in its own, but also it's an alliance now with the Holy Empire. And they team up to destroy this little Empuk base. Now, let's see the war. It's gonna be a little proxy war, let's say. Now, well, the Holy Empire's not gonna get involved because then they will drag troops from here, and they don't want that. They want the troops there because Expit and Boykas might be on something. Now, the typical part of the empire, which I forgot to say that also it's a bit division here, like this is the Chrysvalidios part and this is the typical part of the empire. However, they don't really think that it exists, just a Chrysvan typical part, Mariomatis part, Frenzy part, Oil part. So, what they do? Well, the whole empire believes that, well, the whole empire, Chrysvalidios believes that if a book is destroyed or mostly conquered, they can also grab some lands from a tree. So what happens? Empuk gathers resources from the whole empire. No, a trade embargo is imposed. The Holy Empire says that Empuk gets all of the resources, and that was actually supposed in the Castillo by the Oalo part, the Frenzy part, and the Mariomatis part. The typical part, we're not doing anything. So, what happens? Well, it's wartime, and a good war. So the WLP part of the empire, the part of the empire. Anyways, the Republic Union just send some reinforcements. Also allow the Empire to grab this land, which was not authorized not by the Holy Empire because the Holy Empire now doesn't care. However, from the Vangelis base, which owns land. So, what happens? It's wartime. Vangelis base declare wars, and its troops quickly go in and grab a specific land. Close. However, there's not a big offense, in the borders, and what they want is just from the opposition to go close to the Holy Typical. Now, does the Holy Empire use its borders? No. However, they do have some military personnel here, just so they're ready if something bad happens. You don't come to the aid of the others. Holy Empire stuff. Anyways, Empok actually gathers some land close to Vangelis base, and also outflanks one of the armies. Now, Empuk does have strong armies with ULP. It does have some strong ULP pre-War of the Center and some little War of the Center technologies. However, Vangelis base, even though it doesn't have the big technology the Holy Empire has on its own, it does have some after War of the Center technology, such as military troops. I mean, the guns and some tanks. The airplanes are old Holy Empire destroyers or devastators, but they're still good in use and they're actually been modernized by the Holy Empire through the Block 70 Devastator and Block 50 Destroyer programs. It's and then also exported. So now what's happening? Not very much. Now Vangelis base is on the defense at some point. Well, it's then seen that ULP has sent troops. That's why the Empuk base has been so strong. So the Holy Empire has put troops in the border, tanks, and even some artillery. The Holy Empire says that this is not good because another war of the center might be happening. Now, the troops are still there on the place between Expit and Bokias because they also think that Bokias had something to do with it, and also the big army is down. So, does KLP want to get involved? No. However, they might not be able to go up. Since, that's the future, we don't say that it will happen. Since if something bad happens to your country, and then you're not gonna get out since you're a republic. You own the place, but the big leader is ULP here. And he sent actually forces from his base and KLP base, which are the most stronger ones. Down here are the navies. You can send navies into the sea. However, there are some little guns here at the lake, but that's no problem. They're not doing anything actually. So, Val insists that Vangelis should have some new troops, so Romano Martes. So Romano Martes says okay, and even though they're not sending conquerors, they're sending new destroyers, Block 71s, which aren't still in development. The Block 70 plus 2 is in development, but the Block 70 is not in development. It's actually operational through the Marine Martes. They'll send like a little squadron, which able to get them some land closer to the Holy Empire. Now, there's the big problem. Empuk once starts an offensive, which cuts Vangelis by surprise and actually isolates them from their whole country. And this big part just tries to keep itself intact. They did get some land, however, Empuk is much stronger than they thought. So they telling Empuk of a peace treaty, but Empuk doesn't like that. Empuk doesn't want a peace treaty, and if he does a peace treaty, he says that he wants its land to be seized to ULP. So they go in and take most. However, as I said, the new Devastators, another squadron came with also some new tanks. We don't know the tanks name, but they're strong tanks. They block them, and actually they get land. So while Empuk is getting pushed here with a little help from the Marine Martes intelligence point, they're able to find a little block to go and actually encircle a big part of Bokias base. Of Empuk base. So down there also the 5th Empuk army is destroyed and they're able to go in and grab some land, while also going through the borders close to the Holy Empire when they know that intelligence can be happening. Intelligent missions. So the Holy Empire doesn't want to go to this war. However, they do issue that they won't intervene if Empuk gives them a specific area of its base. Empuk says no, and the Holy Empire doesn't do anything, but just is optimistic and actually doesn't want to do anything. So then, Val insists that Vangelis will cut through, and actually cut through, and the whole defenses between Empuk and Vangelis are destroyed. The big army. Now Empuk wants a peace treaty. So let's see the peace treaty. Okay, so from this peace treaty, Vangelis grew bigger and Empuk is destroyed. Now, this is the time where most heroes of this timeline believe that that's the declaration of the Cold War from the Holy Empire to WLP, apart from Bokyas, which was with the Island War. So now, before we end the video, I have two more wars. First of all, a revolution this island happens, and this island is not able to be suppressed by Bokyas. So the city of the Castrian think that this island can be a nation of its own. So do they all agree? No. Actually, Antonio invades the new nation and becomes a part of Antonio base. Now, Antonio is like in that server 2 a Holy Will P base. It's like a republic. It's a puppet state actually of the Holy Empire, but it runs as a republic on its own, which is good. They have their own economy, their things. However, they do have control. The Holy Empire does have control of some foreign affairs. For example, with trade option, not with trade, but actually with relations. So now we have something good happening here. Troops exchange fire from WLP side and the Holy Empire side. Now, that's not good. The Holy Empire has a big army there waiting. Just waiting for Chris Valerius to give and the other Holy Valerius to give lead go and just destroy everything. Okay, they have artillery. They also have some nuclear weapons close to WLP. Not here, but... Sorry. But here in the lake. I like the nuclear missiles and everything. Now, is this good? No, I don't think that was actually very fair. Since it was like a whole declaration of war from a little base to a bigger one, stronger one that did play a major role during the War of the Center. However, it lost. Why? Due to the fact that this base was supplied by the number one superpower. Now it's a period of time. Some years pass. That's how years, not like real life years. And nothing much has happened. The Holy Empire has grown stronger. WLP also now has 10 nukes, or 100 nukes, while the Holy Empire has thousands. And also, something happened. Here, I'm just doing an here, Bokyas tested his first nuclear weapon. Now also Bokyas is a nuclear power. So while the Holy Empire does want to split up at some point, Val says that, you know what, I do love you, but I want to split up since Kimi gave me the lead. I want the Holy Empire to be split up in 4 or 5 actually big bases, which would control the whole server. But now Val is like, no, we're gonna split after we stop with the nuclear problem. The nuclear problem is gonna be a big problem in this series. Why? Because now, even though there are only 3, and the Castillo does have nuclear weapons, however, it's not able to use them. Because it's like a peace place. No one can do any wars to it. So, with the big armies here, Val sits down with the other Holy Empire members and says, you know what, okay, Bokyas has to be stopped. We don't know how, but since they have the bomb now, they do want to get done. So, first of all, how did Bokyas get the nuclear bomb? Well, during the War of the Center, there was a whole typical research place and also a frenzy research place where Bokyas, Iceman, Oalo, Validios, typical big the bases Extra Pro were there searching for the atomic bombs, everything. Then, as Val knew that something was happening, he kicked out Bokya, and only the Holy Empire parts, only the Holy Empire was left, and Extra Pro, which was actually funding the project through Espionage through WLP. Well, WLP, and that's how the Holy Empire got nukes. in the war, and it was able to use them. Now, did WLP? No, WLP actually had some also nuclear problem in its own, and actually made the bombs by hard work. And Bocchias was doing just copying the homework from the Holy Empire, just changing a bit. So now, so I'm just gonna so like Bocchias has one. Now the Holy Empire has like more than 1,000. And WLP has, let's say, 200. Okay, it's not a small number for a Holy Empire. However, we do have to say that the Holy Empire is using nuclear bombs for defensive purposes. And also, Bocchia is getting more and more troops ready. Now, there was a treaty, as I said the first day, where some lands would be left out for a new base. Well, Bocchias doesn't like the tree. Thinks it's bullshit. So what he does, he violates these trees and just goes in and gets more and more land connect him. Well, let's see the spirit of influence. Well, it's gonna be a little cracked. It's gonna be a little disaster, but I guess you'll see. Bocchias has this influence. Yes, also has the Dicasterio. However, if we say Expit also has influence here, not in the Holy Empire because it's an Oalo ally. The Holy Empire, obviously being the big guy in the room, has influence all over the territory, even into WLP parts now, since it won, and also up in the North Sea. We don't see that part, also that part. Well, it's fine. WLP has some influence, like here, and also parts down to Mario Mertes and to the islands. The Antonio influence is also like the islands and the big island. The Mathas influence also will be parts and the big island, not small. And the new country, the great country, is like this big. Also, Vangelis influence is like the whole, like close around that wants to get, and the Ampuku influence is something something small. So you see, that's the influence map. It's big. Yeah, it's real big actually. I don't think it was gonna be so big. However, you see that Bocchias wants good. You see that Bocchias wants this influence on its own. He wants to get these lands, also known as in old books as the holy, not holy books, but it's like the great book base. However, it's not gonna be so good because we have a problem. Down here, the Holy Empire is not happy with that, and the Holy Empire actually supports a revolution in the small island. Is that good? No, it's not good. The revolution actually, Bocchus can't do anything for a revolution, and the island falls to the Holy Empire. So now Bocchus is very pissed off since the Holy Empire has as land as it wants. So he team ups with Expit to form an alliance together, an anti-Holy Empire alliance. Although the other part is not very happy with that. Oada believes that, no, what the hell are they doing? Expit was our ally, now he should betray us. We go with Bocchia, their arch enemy, just to destroy us. Well, he doesn't want to get, does not want to be in that alliance, and forms an alliance with Empuk. So you have the Star Alliance with, the whole WLP parts and everything. With WLP parts. And the alliance of the alliance between Exit and Book. The Apple part doesn't want to go actually in the alliance. So WLP has to intervene. So the Apple part is destroyed. And it's not the WLP, the KLP and the ship partner place. Whereas I said, these are the places that want to be in the alliance. So Mathas believes that's not good. That's a demolition of human rights. He thinks that what Will P did was not good. However, Will P founded a new country. Well, a revolution happens and Massage Base is completely destroyed. Why? Because a revolution could not be stopped. Well, no, most of it. Most of it. Now, this island still remains Massage Base. However, the rest of the country is now Will P. So Will P gives us control upon once the Galapagos space and now the Apple base. And upon being happy that they got the territories he wanted, also joins the alliance. So now we have a problem. The whole empire doesn't want to use nuclear weapons. However, the others want. And you kind of see how it's gonna turn out, but don't worry, it's gonna be more destructive. So that's our today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, a subscribe.